on a bus on the Korat highway. I had just received a call on a mobile from my estranged wife. A novel enough event. When we passed God on a motorcycle. He was playing it safe and wearing a helmet, but his black t-shirt was clearly marked God. So I pondered if he was pulling the strings. Divine intervention certainly hadn't featured in our relationship before, but maybe this was a new phase. And as a crush of clerics told me in my youth, God works in mysterious ways. And this seemed suitably ambiguous. Moses got a burning bush that talked. How would he have responded to the Godhead appearing as just another Thai motorcyclist with his head up his ass? Inadequacy is scarcely adequate to describe
my feelings.
Why this call from my wife, estranged, followed by Yahweh, retired, on a Honda? A deluge commenced, intense, even for the rainy season. Cement factories glowed in the storm like fiery arcs. Was arc building an option? I took some pills and hoped for a second visitation. An SMS rustled in my pocket. Said an angel was waiting for me at Karat bus terminal, and she was going to take me to a hotel and open the Ark of the Covenant. I felt something like awe stirring. The storm swirled round a broken-down bus. Hazard lights sank beneath the Stygian flood. Lost souls on the hard shoulder. Third circle of hell. Hey, maybe it was time for more revelations. I was beginning to realize they're invariably problematical. And a new respect was forming for Moses.
How do you say delicious, de-lovely, delectable, divine? How do you say de-gorgeous, de-with it, de-groovy, de-fine?
Forget about tablets of stone. I'll have some more of these. The bus labored past trucks of cinnamon and rosewood, climbing the rain-soaked Mount of Venus, slippery with prophecy. Gas stations blazed on the neon tide, pockmarked with divine tears. Now, along the Serpent Strait, a sudden bright kilometre of forbidden fruits under canvas. Eden's offerings brought to market, swallowed by the dark. Divine tears began dripping through a lamp cluster above my head. I felt fingered by God, though I couldn't rule out my estranged wife. And with an apologetic look at my fellow voyager, chilled to the crotch with a primal stain, I erected my umbrella.
Ooh la 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 la. How do you say delicious? How do you say de-lovely? How do you say delectable, divine? How do you say de-groovy, de-with it? How do you say divine?
We slowed to a crawl in a world over its hubcaps in pain. Trucks with a bow wave, motorcyclists become canoeists, people in fluorescent rain capes waving flashing batons. Symphonic confusion. Hailed Plum Pie prison, barbed, deadly, breaching like a sea monster before sounding into blackness, freighted with souls. Soon a temple, glimmering like Atlantis, sank in the Sargasso night. Drowning prayers, as scaly serpents thrashed below our wheels, devouring Korat Highway in my sight. Coiled slimy round my element, they made it theirs. And the Flying Dutchman's bus drove by. Slippery God. And the Flying Dutchman's bus drove by. No lights, black windows, and a sign that said, "You think it's Korat, but you're over your head. It's all phantasms and finny dead, where land sinks and the sky rains dread, and divine tears stalagmite your head, and God appears as the good book said, on a humble motorcycle. Slippery God on a motorcycle. Slippery God. Slippery God. Slippery God on a motorcycle.
It's been a long time, shouldn't have left you without a dope beat. It's been a long time, shouldn't have left you without a dope beat.
Divine.
Slippery God on a motorcycle. Erected my umbrella.
Ooh la la.
Slippery God.
From the first book of Inundations.
In a time of rising waters, he has cried to thee, O Lord. It was becoming hard to bear. Waking up each morning as a cockroach. His junkie girlfriend stole the laptop. The phone kept ringing at odd hours and insomniacs haunted him, invading his rooms to smoke old delirium in strange contraptions fashioned from detergent bottles and glass tubing. False Prophets Network. Scares and admonitions. Seek shelter from the coming flood. For markets fall and pundits pull like necromancers shocked by futures, awed at stock's exposed positions. More flashbacks of those corpses wrapped in blood-stained sheets where Hades meets Suintuan Highway. And demons dressed as strutting cops play out satanic games with car wrecks and 6 lanes of hurtling pickups loaded with the damned. Nothing stops apart from hoping in that darkness. Hoping and the grand design of God. Years of debris. A throwaway world is gagging his high watermark. The residue of empires, dismembered ideologies, gangrenous mullahs, severed heads in doggy bags, girls stoned to death by dumper truck, where high-tech serves Islamic rigor, and women's bodies, feared and lashed with equal vigor, float the septic tide to state that rotting, raped and subjugate, masked or beauty acid scarred, this jealous hate redeems some family's honor and the keeping of a slave. Seek shelter from the coming flood. More warnings from the networks of disaster in plain sight. Infected by the future and recoiling from the light, from the morning watch to subliminal night, Lord. He channel hops the ads and lies, awaits the blind, inexorable wave. Let thine ears be attentive to the voice of his supplication. Please take his urgent call, O Lord. Extend to him religion's consolation. Icons of old wizard monks, expensive relics in a locket. The sacred decorated trunks of twisted, bent, revered old trees. An idol or a totem or the fetish of a prophet. An amulet of Vishnu or a string of merit-making beads to finger in a pocket. A roadmap of the tree of life, a prayer mat, sacrificial knife, a sacred stone they venerate, a holy spring where they prostrate and, chanting loudly, flagellate. Some mutilation rituals they find somehow express their tortured, ingrown toenail of a mind. To these they bow, by these they wait, for heaven's ultimate blind date. Hypnosis by a holy book, subservience to a priestly look. Yea, Lord, he drinks a bitter cup. Deliverance eludes him yet. The Creator, playing hard to get, has once more, frankly, stood him up. Manipulation, thought correction, Machiavellian misdirection, digesting God's indifference, inhaling insignificance, in times of rising waters, a Minoan maze of lies. men grovel most, the blood-stained flag, the Holy Ghost, the biggest fairy tales require most pious genuflection. And these the thinking cockroach will contemptuously despise. Insomniac transsexuals are texting, seeking Partygate. Awake within the whispering walls, illumination swirls and falls to fractals in a pipe bowl. When, aware God's not returning calls or dealing absolution, he crawls out of the depths, not least to shun the poisonous fix of priests and charter his own flight to dissolution. It was becoming hard to bear. His junkie girlfriend, hard to bear. Waking up as a cockroach, hard to bear. His junkie girlfriend stole the laptop. His junkie, his junkie, his junkie, his junkie, hard to bear. His junkie.
Second book of Inundations.
Slavish self-abasement, the medieval violence, policing laws of love, a million milling zealots trampling by their sacred monolith, psychosis aping saintliness when push comes to fanatic shove. Globalized multiplex, virtual reality, brand slaves on Prozac grazing the mall, where history simply is discarded fashion. Junks, TV, rap culture, and soundbite celebrities, mainlining cage fights. An armchair in hell. In a time of rising waters, here's Christ the Lord. Last call for oblivion. Welcome on board. At such a perfect moment, death will come and take me to the water. Still, I hear his stripped down opening drum at such a perfect moment. Of course you wouldn't know you're nuts if you were nuts. They're wailing at the hour of prayer. DJ Nemesis plays old wave with a bad rep. Hot licks from the dark side. Microwaves in lockstep. No question, man. I'm fried. I may need to take this further with a witch doctor or shrink, but the river and the abyss, always closer than you think, will be. Taking you down. And what if your clear sanity's they're crazy? This aphorism I extracted from a Christmas cracker. Then another, more intriguing. Hold the river and the abyss closer to you, always. Nobody laughed at my aphorism. People fiddled with their party hats. So I repeated it. Hold the river and the abyss closer to you always. Squeezed it out like Ahmed in a passion, comforting his favorite camel from behind. Special. Ejaculated it again. A lot of people left the party right away. It was like the end of Christmas in the West. More fun than an exploding vest. Yes, howdy. Crackers. Holy verses have dogged me. Moriarty. Sometimes I step into other scripts. But doesn't everybody? Do you want to spread your premat mind for me? I said it again. Do you want to pull the holy cracker, share these verses with me? And licked my open mouth. Special. No stopping it then. The entire building was evacuated by the government directly into the president's face. The whole rotten, poxy, scat-trip daily life load. Harlot politicians with their asses up for big oil. Mutilated children. Auto-destructive Muslims. Slaves and stonings. Bombings and beheadings on TV. Sharia shit and PC lube. A rectal cocktail from the cosmic tube. Royally blown and voided in a chief's visage. Comparisons will fail to match the charnel reek of this vast oil slick of GM demon seed. Enough to give a skunk a hard-on for a week. Special. Like I said, everybody drowns. How good a fucking gig is that? The capital is inundated and channels of communication gagged over a large area. And even the head hangman is choked with a real big one. And the drones are down, and phones, and everyone else in town are dead. Finito. And welcome. Your card got swiped. The truth is halal overnight, and all your deepest fears are realized. No jury but fuckwit Muellers, and no other judge but dread. Hey, only joking. Why so serious? Only joking. I can't stand up any longer. Time has surely come to pause. To ask you for a hand job, you know. I mean your applause. From the third book of Inundations. Nobody laughed at my aphorism. Fiddle with party hats. So I repeat. Hold the river and the abyss closer to you always. Squeeze it out like a coin. His favorite champion from the heart. like I said, everybody drowns. How good a fucking gig is that? The capital is inundated, and channels of it is inundated, and channels of it is inundated, and channels of it. I may need to take this further with a witch doctor or shrink. But the river and the abyss are always closer than you think.
ของพระเยซูคริสต์ซึ่งพระเจ้าได้ทรงประทานแก่พระองค์เพื่อชี้แจงให้ผู้รับใช้ทั้งหลายของพระองค์รู้ว่าอะไรต้องบัดขึ้นในไม่ช้าและพระองค์ได้ทรงใช้ทูตสวรรค์มาแสดงแก่ยอห์นผู้รับใช้ของพระองค์ยอห์นเป็นพยานฝ่ายพระวจนะของพระเจ้าและเป็นพยานของพระเยซูคริสต์ท่านเป็นพยานในเหตุการณ์ทั้งสิ้นซึ่งท่านได้พบเห็นขอความสุขจงมีแก่บรรดาผู้อ่านและผู้ฟังคำพยากรณ์เหล่านี้เพราะว่าเวลานั้นใกล้เข้ามาแล้วคำสำแดงความนับถือที่มีไปถึงคริสตจักรทั้ง7ย้อนขอเรียนคริสตจักรทั้ง7ที่อยู่ในแคว้นเอเชียให้ทราบดังนี้พระคุณและสันติสุขจากพระองค์ผู้ทรงดำรงอยู่ในปัจจุบันและผู้ทรงดำรงอยู่ในอดีตและผู้จะเสด็จมาในอนาคตและจากวิญญาณทั้ง7ที่เฝ้าอยู่หน้าพระที่นั่งของพระองค์และจากพระเยซูคริสต์ผู้ทรงเป็นพยานที่ซื่อสัตย์และทรงเป็นผู้แรกที่ได้ฟื้นจากความตายและผู้ทรงครอบครองกษัตริย์ทั้งปวงในโลกแด่พระองค์ผู้ทรงรักเราทั้งหลายและได้ทรงปลดเปลื้องบาปของเราด้วยพระโลหิตของพระองค์และทรงตั้งเราไว้ให้เป็นอาณาจักรและเป็นปุโรหิตของพระเจ้าพระบิดาของพระองค์พระเกียรติและอาสวรรค์จงมีแด่พระองค์สืบไปเป็นนิจอาเมนอาเมนอาเมนอาเมนอาเมน
The Institute of Mockery. Flag raising. Students wait in line for flag raising to begin. The chosen touch the folded cloth much as beetling priests revere the mystical shroud of Turin. Today, class, we unfurl the flag. Whores and hitmen, billionaires and feudalists, extortion, oppression, ignorance, and worse. Religious shams and corporate scams and cover-ups. Ubiquitous corruption, rape and slavery. Each government as a smash and grab job inflicted on the public purse. Today, class, as we raise the flag, Cue martial music and the staff's respectful silence. Hopes buried in 10,000 secret places. Today, as we salute the flag, the students soak it in with vacant faces. To the escapees from the flag raising, don't run this way, fugitives. Poetry's just a grappling of language and confusion. Poetry's just a groping for the light. Sometimes it's an act of love and sometimes absolution. Always, it's a state of exile. Often, it's a fight. Don't run this way, fugitives. Don't talk value to me, you nut. Where else on the planet can you buy an iced beer and a joint for less than $5 US? Second round, you're already trashed then looking out of this big window. And above the mess. The mess. Ramshackle carts and taxis thread the shabby condos and shacks along a narrow soy straggling to the dusty temple, all lining a poisonous canal. Motorcycle taxis, occasional Asian beauties negotiate the speed bumps. And a motorized noodle vendor in a black t-shirt marked Endgame skirts expertly around wheezing joggers and two boys on weaving tricycles. A woman in a 4x4 letting her motor run doesn't bat an eye as a pickup with 30 men standing packed solidly as brooms on that brush vendor's cart sweeps by. And all the time the deals are done. Sudden wailings from some mosque. It's a fucking madhouse out there between me and you. I mean, seriously. Two cops bulging from a motorcycle, scouting for some shakedown they can try. Cruise through. Security man across the street in a mouse suit and a golf cap casts his gimlet gaze our way, leans on the sliding gate to a forbidden land. Tubular steel, chest height. Tubular steel in red and white. Suddenly, it is hours later and dark. Well lodged between the cracks of tyranny, he smiles, and doomed to lose. Personally, I would choose to franchise locos as an antidote to fear and loathing. The street outside of locos now is quiet for the night. Tubular steel, chest height, tubular steel in red and white. It is 6 hours to flag raising. Seriously.
Oh God, oh Jesus.
Fall of the Khmer Republic.
សូមជូនដល់ចំពោះបងប្អូនភូមិភាគនិរដី
Cut to the murderous traitors of the moment, parading in white uniforms by Phnom Penh's palace walls. Sick of a murderous playboy and his Louis XVI fantasies. Zoom as a new flag rises on the corrupt Khmer Republic. Intercut with pogrom and more xenophobic butchery. Overdub, a unique pall of utter darkness, falls. Off stage, the would-be film star, bankrolled by Chinese opera, plays dynastic puppet, compliantly herds his bovine subjects with time-honored Buddhist feudal tales, as Pol Pot, dispatched like a plague rat from China, descends through the hell of the Ho Chi Minh Trail. His crazy wife spurs his habitual insomnia, screams atavistic hatred of Vietnamese allies. Most secretive Chinese opera players, they head towards the play's dark center. As yet, the unidentified main actors in this malignant masterpiece of lies. Peru's recruiting sergeants rain incendiary madness from the west. B-52s that pulverize the forest and its people have a legion of dumb corpses show American lies duplicitous and dirty as the rest. The Republic lives 5 short and twisted years. Now, pan to the Yanks deserting more proxies and blundering from new tragedies of blood. Credits on their farewell diplomatic Judas kiss. Fade to black, with the Maoists' great leap forward into the foul Cambodian
abyss.